All right, hey guys, Mr. Kyle, Myers Mathematics, and today is evaluating expressions. So this is a series on just all the Algebra 1 worksheets that are out there, particularly by this little place called Kuta software. And you probably didn't even notice that up there if you weren't really paying attention, but pretty much all of the worksheets that your teacher probably looks up to give you to do in algebra or whatever class you're in have to do with that little company because they make a ton of these worksheets. That's like their whole spiel is to make worksheets. So this is a whole series on Algebra 1 worksheets through that particular company, since that's the most common place that teachers grab assignments for you guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. They want us to evaluate the expression. So this is actually really similar to last time. We're going to do PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And there's kind of a precursor step, though, because before we can start evaluating, before we can start doing PEMDAS, evaluate means we're going to use PEMDAS, we got to plug in our stuff. So y is 2, so I plug in 2, still divided by 2, plus x, but x is 1. So there we go. Y is 2, x is 1. I plug them into the right places, and then I just do PEMDAS. So 2 divided by 2, I would do that first, because that's division. 2 divided by 2 is 1. There's no parentheses, no exponents, no multiplying. That's 1. Plus 1. Now we're doing addition. 1 plus 1 is 2. All right. On to the next one. A equals 10. Okay, so 10 minus 5 minus b. B is 4. Okay. We've pretty much only got subtraction here. You could put negative 5 and negative 4 together first. They're both negatives, so you would add them. But it might just be easier to go from left to right here. So 10 minus 5 is 5. 5 minus 4 is 1. The answer is 1. All right, so you're really just doing PEMDAS. It's just that you have that precursor step of having to plug in the things first. All right, let's check this out. P is 5. All right, so p squared plus m, which is 1. Exponents come first before anything else besides parentheses. 5 squared is 25, not 10. Careful, remember, squared means times it by itself. 25 plus 1 is 26. All right, y is 3 plus 9 minus 1. 3 plus 9 is 12. 12 minus 1 is 11. Boom. All right, number 5. M is 1. P is 5. Look, divided by 5. Oh, okay. Normally you would go left to right if you wanted to, and you could, but PEMDAS happens, so we can't because we would do divide first. So 5 divided by 5. Uno más uno es dos. Y equals 7. 7 squared minus 7. Oh, they're both 7. Oh, look at that. 7 squared is 49 minus 7. 49 minus 7, what's that? The answer to life, the universe, and everything. Okay. And we just keep going here. I'm going to put z. Start off with just plug them in from left to right. Don't plug in x and then y and then z. Don't plug them in the order that you see them. If you notice, I'm always plugging them in from left to right in my expression. I think that's going to make more sense. It just seems a little convoluted to try to plug them in this order. I wouldn't do that. Try to go back. I can't control Z it? Oh well. I can always erase. There we go. Okay, so speaking of Z, Z is 6. So I plug that in first. Parentheses x, also 6, plus y, which is 8. All right. So remember, parentheses first. Even though multiply comes before add, parentheses comes before everything else. So I do 6 plus 8 first. 6 times, what's 6 plus 8? Oh, well, it is 14. And then I do 6 times 14. Oh, what's that? Well, 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8, 84. 6 times 14 is 84. And you can always check it too, because 6 multiplies by 3, or it's a multiple of 3, so 84 should divide by 3, and you can tell if it divides by 3 if you add up the digits and it divides by 3. It should be even, and it should divide by 7, so there's a lot of ways to check your answer. If you get a really big number and you're not sure if you got it right, you can just try different things. But anyways, x is 9. Is that plus y plus y? Oh, plus 10 plus 10. 9 plus 10 is 19. 19 plus 10 is 29. Just trying to box all my answers here. All right, p cubed. P is 3. 3 cubed plus 10 plus m. M is 9. Okay, exponents first. 3 cubed, not 3 times 3. Remember, it's 3 times itself 3 times. So 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Let's break this up here. 3 times 3 times 3. That's what 3 cubed is, right? So 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Times 3 is 27. Plus 10 plus 9. Then I can just add up the rest of them. So then, let's do it this way. 27 plus 10 is 37. Plus 9. 37 plus 9, 4, and then 7 would go down to 6. And there we go. Whew, that was a long one. 6, and then what's q? Q is 3. Okay. Plus m. I don't even need to plug that in, because look, plus m minus m, plus 8 minus 8. Pff, get out of here with that. Plus 8 minus 8, that's 0. Just get rid of that. Now, technically, that was like doing adding and subtracting before doing multiplying, but since I have that like 6 times 3 is not really connected to anything else, I can just, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm actually doing 8 minus 8 sort of. I think I just combined kinda and sort of. Whew, making new words over here. 6 times 3 is 18. And then if you wanted to, you could do like, 18 plus 18 minus 8, but it would be the same thing, right? So 18, answer. P squared m. Whoa. P is 7 squared times, if it's p squared m, it's times. If they don't put a sign, you assume it's times. So m is 4 divided by 4. Okay, so 7 squared is 49 times 4 divided by 4. Oh, look at that, it's doing the same thing. Earlier I did plus 8 minus 8. Now I'm doing times 4 divided by 4. That cancels. It's called opposite operations, which is what you do when you're solving equations. If you multiply and divide by the same number, back to back, it cancels. If you add and subtract the same number back to back, it cancels. If you take something to the power of and then root it, like with the same root as the power, then that cancels too. Just the power of opposite operations. All right, y is 10 minus, parentheses, z is 2 plus 2 squared. So PEMDAS, I'm going to do 2 squared is 4. 10 minus 2 plus 4. Then I do adding. 10 minus 6. 10 minus 6 is 4. Look at that. All right, 13 and 14. Wow, there's a ton of these, huh? I'm going to start changing colors. It's just too much blue. I mean, I like blue. Blue is my favorite color. But, you know, it need to switch it up a little bit here. 3 divided by 3 minus 1. Okay. So PEMDAS. Let's look at PEMDAS real quick again. We'll actually use PEMDAS on this one. So inside the parentheses, remember, inside of the parentheses, it's like Inception. There's like a whole world inside this parentheses. Or like according to Ariel, a whole new world. Or no, that was Jasmine. Ha, wrong princess. PEMDAS. Okay. Well, there's no parentheses inside the parentheses, so, you know, we can cross that out. There's no exponents, no multiplying, but there is dividing inside the parentheses, so I do that first. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So 1 minus 1, 7 minus that. Then there's no adding, but there is some subtraction. 1 minus 1 is actually 0. Boom. So I'm done with that, and there's no exponents outside the parentheses, or multiply or divide or add, but there is subtract. 7 minus 0, 7. I'm not subtracting anything there. All right, and then last one in the color blue, and then I swear I won't use any more blue for the rest of this video. Okay, y equals 1 plus x. X is, what is x? Oh, there it is. X is 1. I almost covered it up there. X is 1 and y is 1? Come on. Divided by 2 plus 1. Okay. So PEMDAS. I do parentheses first. 1 plus 1 is 2. Then I'm done with parentheses. There's no exponents, but there's also no multiply. There is divide. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Terminaste. Okay, so like I said, no more blue. I might use a light blue. No, I won't use light blue. I'll just use other colors. Here, we'll use green next. Okay, P. Look, it's getting more and more complicated, so grab onto your seats here. P is 5. Remember, I'm plugging in from left to right. P is 5 minus 9 minus parentheses. Whew. M equals 4 plus Q. What's Q? Q is 3 parentheses, parentheses. Wow, okay, so we do actually have a parentheses inside of a parentheses. So this is what this would look like. All right, so PEMDAS. Then you go inside the dream. Inception stuff, right? Then you go inside the dream's dream. Whoa. PEMDAS. Ho ho. Inside of the parentheses, we have some adding to do. All right? No parentheses inside the parentheses at least. But there's nothing to do in there except for adding. 4 plus 3 is 7. So then I'm done inside the parentheses. That's a mouthful. Well, I don't really have anything to do inside of the parentheses now that I'm done with the inside of the parentheses. Whew. It's just hard to say. There's just so many parentheses words all together. There's really nothing to do inside the parentheses, though, besides subtract. So I'm going to do that. 9 minus 7 is 2. And then I'm done with that parentheses. All right, so then I'm done with that. No exponents, no multiply, no divide, no add, but there is subtract. 5 minus 2 is 3. So even though it kind of looked complicated, it was really just adding and subtracting a bunch of stuff. That's all it was. That's it. So A is 5. 5 squared minus B is 1. Parentheses, parentheses, divided by 6. Okay, 5 squared is 25. I have to do that first. 25 minus 1 is 24. Divided by 6 is 4. All right. Switch to another color. How about like a lime? Oh, that's regular green? Oh. How about grass green? Like a lighter green before we get to yellow. Okay. Number 17. 6 plus H, which is also 6. Minus J, which is 4, divided by 2. Okay, so we have a bunch of stuff to do inside of the parentheses. We're going to do exponents first. There's no parentheses inside the parentheses. So exponents first. 6 squared, remember, don't multiply. It is 6 squared, not 6 times 2. So 6 squared is 6 times 6, which is 36. Minus 4, divided by 2. Then I can do adding. 6 plus 36, that's 42. All right. Divided by 2. 42 minus 4, that is 38 divided by 2. So I take half. Half of 38, which is 17. Done. Y is 2 minus parentheses 4 minus 3 minus 2 divided by 2. Woo. Okay, we start inside the parentheses. We do divide before anything else because the other stuff is just subtracting. So if I divide, I would get minus 1. You could look at it as minus and then 2 divided by 2, or you can look at it as negative 2 divided by 2. Either way. 4 minus 3 minus 1. 4 minus 3 is 1, and 1 minus 1 is 0. 2 minus 0 is 2. And now we're done. Next up, let's do yellow. Okay, x cubed. Again with that 3. 3 divided by 3 minus 1. Remember, 3 cubed. We did this one earlier. 3 times 3 times 3. 3 cubed is 3 times itself 3 times. So 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. So that's what that is. 27 divided by 3 is 9. 9 minus 1 is 8. And then we're done. Next, P is 1, Q is 1, quantity squared minus 5 minus 5. 5 minus 5, that's 0. Get out of here. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 squared is 4. All right. Next, let's do like a nice gold color. 12k. 12, and k is 3, minus h is 2 squared. Okay, so exponents come first. 12 times 3. I can write that as 12.3 because it's the same thing as putting 12 parentheses 3. If there's no sign, it means multiply. Minus 4, 2 squared is 4. 12 times 3 is 36. 36 minus 4 is 32. All right, y is 5 divided by 5 plus 1 plus x divided by 6. 5 divided by 5 is 1. Oh, did I not plug in the x? I didn't even plug in x. I was going too fast. Whoopsie. X is 6. Aha. Okay, so 1 plus 6 divided by 6, which is 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. Not even going to bother breaking that up. Okay, next up, orange. Orange, you glad I'm not using blue anymore? All right, I'll stop. 6 divided by 6 plus z. What's z? 6. Oh, okay, so 3 sixes. Plus x is 2 minus 5. Well, we would divide first, so that's 1 plus 6 plus 2 minus 5. 1 plus 6 is 7, plus 2 more is 9. 9 minus 5 is 4. All right, y is 4 minus z is 4 plus x is 3. I'm going to put that in parentheses because it's multiplied by z. X is 3, z is 4 divided by 6. Okay, 4 minus 4 is 0, but we'll take care of that in a second. Let's do multiply first because I can't divide 4 and 6. Normally I would say divide first, but 4 divided by 6 would be a fraction, so we don't want to do that first. Let's do multiply first. 3 times 4 is 12 divided by 6. 4 minus 4 plus 12 divided by 6. So, right, PEMDAS. PEMDAS, none of that, none of that. We did some multiplying. Now we're going to do some division. 12 divided by 6 is 2. Right? And you can do addition and subtraction at the same time. So that's why earlier I was saying I would say divide first, but 4 divided by 6 is a fraction, so I don't want to divide first. I would say normally it's actually better to divide first and then do multiply. So I would even say like PEDMSA, but that doesn't spell anything. So, you know, PEMDAS kind of rolls off the tongue a little better, a little easier to remember. But, you know, it's whatever. So adding and subtracting, you can do them reverse if you want. 4 minus 4 is 0, by the way, so that just goes away. And the answer is 2. Boom. All right. I think we're almost done here. Yeah, because there's the answers. Okay, what comes after orange? Apparently red-orange. That's going to be the last color of today. Y over... Oh, wait. I need to plug in Y. Pfft, what am I doing? Get out of here. Y is 2 divided by 2 plus x is 7 plus 4 plus z is 4 plus y is 2. Wow, that's a lot to plug in. Okay, well, I mean, it's not crazy, though, because the only thing I have to do besides add is divide. 2 divided by 2 is 1 plus 7 plus 4 plus 4 plus 2. And we can kind of just add them all up all at once if you really want to. 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. 16 plus 2 is 18. And there we go. And you can add them backwards, too, if you wanted to check. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 plus 7 is 17. 17 plus 1 is 18. Aha, same thing. So C is 5 times, I like to put the little dot because it doesn't look like an X. BC, okay, well, BC means B times C. So B is 8 times C is 5 over 4 minus parentheses 7 minus A. Okay, well, remember I was saying I like to do division before multiplication? Let's go ahead and take care of this parentheses first. So let's do that first. So 7 minus 4 is 3. then the rest of this we'll take care of over here. So we did that. No exponents. Normally I would say do multiply first, but we can actually divide first. All of this stuff, 5 times 8 times 5 over 4, all of that's being divided by 4. So I can actually divide 8 by 4 first, which is 2. Then I can multiply that by 5 and multiply it by 5. 8 over 4 is 2. Okay? So then this is 2 times 5 times 5. So I actually did division first. Then I'm going to do multiplication. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 times any number, just means you add a 0 to it. So if 2 times 5 is 10, then we have 10 times 5. That's going to be 50. 50 minus 3, so I just did multiply. And then there's no adding. And then I do subtraction. 50 minus 3 is 47. 47 es la respuesta. And we are terminaste. We are done. And no, I don't fully know Spanish, but I'm working on it. I'm going to be fluent eventually. And that's the end of it. So here's all the answers we can check. If you want to go back and check to make sure I got the right answers on some of these, go for it. Here's all the answers that they have. Remember, all of these worksheets are great because they have the answers provided. You might not have the answers provided if you're handed a worksheet by your teacher, but your teacher has the answers, and so do you because you have access to the internet. So here's all the answers, but always you want to know how to do it, and that's what this is all about, is showing you the steps to know how to do it. It's basically just PEMDAS, but you plug in some numbers first. All right, so I hope this was helpful. If it was, like, subscribe, all that stuff. If you haven't gotten my awesome free guide, it's the 5 math mistakes everyone makes and how to avoid them. It is on my website, myersmathematics.com. And yeah, if you need any actual tutoring help, I also do that as well. You can reach out to me on my website, or you can email me. My email is mr.kyle@myersmathematics, and that's Myers spelled M-Y-E-R-S, like my channel. But anyways, this has been a series on algebra worksheets, and I will see you guys again